They say that if life gives you lemons, make lemonade. But what if I told you that life not only gives you lemons, it also gives you oranges, apples, bananas, papayas, strawberries, and blueberries? And every single fruit represents an opportunity for you to create something amazing out of your situation. So how do you take all these fruits and turn them into lemonade? First, you have to find the silver lining in each one of them. Each situation, each challenge, each obstacle is a fruit that can be turned into an opportunity for growth, happiness, or success. For example, if you are going through a divorce, that could be the perfect opportunity for you to learn more about yourself, become a stronger individual, and redefine what family means to you. If you lose your job, that could be an opportunity to pursue a different career path, start your own business, or even retire early. If you are diagnosed with a chronic illness, that could be an opportunity to develop a new mindset. Appreciate the little things in life and connect with others who have faced similar challenges. See, the truth is that every single person goes through ups and downs in life. We all experience pain, suffering, and setbacks at some point. But the way we perceive these situations determines whether they become lemons or a whole fruit basket full of opportunities. It's all about shifting our perspective and finding the hidden potential within each one of them. Let me tell you a story. There was once a young man who lived in a small village. He was a hard-working farmer who grew crops to sell at the local market. But one day a storm came and destroyed his crops. He was devastated because he had worked so hard, and now he had nothing to sell. He felt hopeless and didn't know what to do next. But then he remembered a wise man who lived in the forest nearby. So he went to him for help. The wise man listened to his story and then asked him a simple question. He said, "Tell me, what did you have before the storm?" The farmer thought for a moment and replied, "I had a field full of crops." The wise man smiled and said, "Then you still have something to be thankful for, because at least you had something to lose." Many people go through life without ever having anything at all. The farmer realized that even though he had lost everything, he still had something to be grateful for. He had once had something, and that meant that he could always have it again. With that realization, he started to feel better, and he was able to move forward with his life. Now, don't get me wrong, this doesn't mean that we should just ignore the negative and focus only on the positive. That's not what I'm saying at all. Instead, it means that we should acknowledge the negative, accept it, and then choose to see the bigger picture. We should ask ourselves, is this the end of the world? Will I be happy 10 years from now over this? Most of the time the answer is no. This is just a temporary setback. It's a small blip in the radar of your amazing life journey. And it's up to you to decide how you will respond to it. The second step to turning lemons into lemonade is to use your imagination. You see, when we face challenges, it's easy to get caught up in the details and focus on the negative aspects of the situation. But if we take a step back and use our imagination, we can see beyond the surface and come up with creative solutions. For example, if you are stuck in traffic, instead of getting angry and stressed, you can use that time to catch up on your phone calls or listen to a podcast. If it's raining, instead of complaining about the weather, you can put on some rain boots and dance in the rain or write a song about it. If you are waiting for an important job interview, instead of worrying about the outcome, you can use that time to practice your interview skills or research the company. It's all about shifting our mindset and finding ways to make the best out of any situation. Now let me share another story with you. Once upon a time, there was a king who was very worried about his kingdom. He was afraid that his son would not be able to handle the responsibility of ruling the kingdom after him. One day he decided to test his son's abilities. He sent him to the market to buy some wine. But the king gave him a sealed envelope that instructed the merchant to only give the wine to the prince if he solved a riddle. The prince went to the market and met the merchant. He opened the envelope, read the riddle, and said, "I can't answer that riddle. How am I supposed to know the answer?" Then the merchant asked him, "What's in this wine that you want to buy?" The prince replied, "Nothing special. It's just an ordinary wine that my father wanted to try." The merchant smiled and said, "Well, in that case, I don't need a riddle to know that you are the prince. Anyone who is worthy of ruling a kingdom is someone who doesn't seek to exploit others for their own gain." The king was very impressed by the merchant's wisdom and by his son's honesty and integrity. He realized that he didn't have to worry about his son taking over the kingdom, because he had found someone who was even wiser and more capable than him. Why am I telling you this story? Because just like the king, sometimes we assume that things are a certain way when they might actually be different. We might think that we need to suffer in order to grow, or that we need to struggle in order to achieve our goals. But that's not necessarily true. Sometimes things can happen unexpectedly and lead us to places we never imagined possible. Sometimes we can find unexpected opportunities in difficult situations. You just have to have an open mind and be willing to explore them. So, whenever you face challenges, remember to stay positive, use your imagination, and explore all the possibilities that are available to you. Don't just think outside the box. Think beyond the box. Who knows? You might just surprise yourself with what you are capable of achieving. The third step to turning lemons into lemonade is to take action. It's easy to complain about life and feel like a victim of circumstances. But the truth is that we have the power to change our lives for the better. We can choose to respond to challenges positively and turn them into opportunities. For example, if you are feeling bored and unmotivated in your current job, instead of complaining about it, you can take action to improve your situation. You can talk to your boss about your concerns, look for ways to add more value to your work, or start planning for a career change. If you are struggling in a relationship, instead of wallowing in self-pity, you can take action to repair the relationship. You can communicate with your partner about your needs, show appreciation for them, or seek professional help to work through your issues. If you are facing a personal challenge, such as a health issue or a financial setback, instead of giving up, you can take action to overcome it. You can educate yourself about your condition and seek support from loved ones. It's all about taking ownership of your life and creating the changes you want to see. Remember, nothing in life is a mistake. Everything happens for a reason and contributes to our growth and evolution. Every challenge, every obstacle, every setback is an opportunity for us to learn, adapt, and become stronger. It's up to us to decide how we will respond to these situations. Will we turn them into lemons or into a fruit basket full of opportunities? So the next time you encounter a challenge, remember to stay positive, use your imagination, and take action. And don't forget to be grateful for all the opportunities that come your way, because they are all part of your journey towards success, happiness, and fulfillment. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.